Tomorrow is the 12th of March, 2026, and you are stepping directly into one of the most mysterious, intensely sensitive, and profoundly transformative astrological events of the entire year. On this exact day, the cosmic architecture of your reality undergoes a massive, highly specific, and entirely undeniable energetic shift, known in both ancient and modern astrological circles as Neptune Combustion or Neptune Asta. This is not a subtle transit. This powerful, sweeping phenomenon occurs when the blinding, radiant, and absolute light of the sun completely overpowers, engulfs, and swallows the planet Neptune in our celestial sky. To truly understand the staggering gravity of tomorrow, you must fundamentally understand what is being eclipsed and overtaken. Neptune is the magnificent, boundless celestial body that governs our dreams, our subconscious mind, our deepest and most inexplicable intuition, and the unseen spiritual realms that exist just a fraction of an inch beyond the veil of our ordinary waking life. When Neptune becomes combust, the rigid, comforting, and predictable boundary between cold, hard reality and fluid, limitless illusion completely and entirely dissolves. The logical, structured, and predictable waking world that you rely on is suddenly submerged in a thick, ethereal, and incredibly heavy cosmic fog. Tomorrow is absolutely not a day for aggressive pushing. It is not a day for demanding crystal-clear certainty from the universe, and it is certainly not a day to force your willpower upon your external circumstances. Instead, it is a profoundly spiritual, deeply internal day where the universe is strictly mandating that you navigate your existence entirely by feeling, by subtle vibration, and by internal knowing, rather than by physical sight or logical deduction. To actively attract, capture, and consciously harness the highest possible frequency of energy from this magnificent cosmic event, you must first understand a fundamental, unyielding universal law. Fighting the cosmic fog will only leave you dangerously exhausted, spiritually depleted, and physically drained. The dense, watery, and highly sensitive energy of March 12 demands your absolute, unconditional surrender. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you might feel an overwhelming, heavy sensation as though your physical body is literally moving through deep, thick water. Your thoughts may drift aimlessly. Your usual razor-sharp intellectual focus might feel incredibly scattered, and a heavy blanket of lethargy might rest firmly upon your shoulders. Do not panic, do not judge yourself, and absolutely do not force yourself into a state of rigid, artificial productivity. To master the swirling, unpredictable energies of tomorrow, you need to radically soften your approach to every single aspect of your life. Attracting positive, high-vibrational energy right now requires you to act as a highly selective, deeply intelligent sponge, absorbing the subtle, divine messages of the universe while consciously, ruthlessly, and deliberately filtering out the toxic, frantic noise of the external world. Grounding your physical vessel is absolutely essential for your survival and your energetic prosperity tomorrow. Because your crown chakra and your third eye will be blown wide open by Neptune's boundless, dissolving influence, leaving you highly susceptible to psychic overwhelm and emotional flooding, you must intentionally and physically connect your body to the earth. You must walk barefoot on the ground. Focus entirely on the physical, mechanical sensation of your breath entering and leaving your lungs, and deliberately slow down every single one of your physical movements. By choosing to move slowly, deliberately, and with profound intention, you send a clear, undeniable, and powerful signal to the universe that you are in complete control of your vessel. This quiet demonstration of sovereignty allows the high vibrational spiritual energy to enter you safely, to upgrade your consciousness, and to heal your unseen wounds without short-circuiting your fragile nervous system. When it comes to attracting, accumulating, and strictly protecting your wealth, your money, and your material assets on March 12, the rules of the financial game change entirely and without warning. Neptune Combustion is notoriously famous across all astrological disciplines for creating beautiful, glittering, but ultimately empty financial mirages. What looks like a guaranteed golden opportunity, a massive, life-changing return on investment, or a flawless, Deeply aligned business partnership tomorrow might actually be a devastating trap, carefully and meticulously disguised by the blinding cosmic fog. Therefore, attracting wealth right now is entirely about fierce preservation, subconscious alignment, and deep psychological recalibration, rather than aggressive, outward action or risky financial maneuvers. You must absolutely not sign any binding legal contracts, lease agreements, or long-term financial commitments tomorrow. The fine print is obscured, and the true intentions of others are hidden in the shadows of the sun's glare. Do not make massive, impulsive financial investments based on a sudden rush of ungrounded excitement, and under absolutely no circumstances should you lend your hard-earned money to people based on a sudden, emotional sob story designed specifically to trigger your guilt and drain your resources. The illusions, the deceptions, and the fundamental misunderstandings in the financial sector are running incredibly high right now. Instead, to magnetically and safely draw massive amounts of money toward you, you must use this highly imaginative, deeply fertile Neptune energy to vividly, emotionally, and specifically visualize your ultimate financial future. Your subconscious mind is completely unprotected, unshielded, and blown wide open tomorrow. This makes it the single most perfect, divinely orchestrated moment of the entire year to radically reprogram your deep-seated, deeply hidden, and culturally inherited limiting beliefs about money, scarcity, and survival. You must listen to high-frequency wealth affirmations, visualize your bank accounts expanding with absolute, crystalline clarity, and, most importantly, you must physically feel the emotional reality of absolute financial freedom living inside your physical body. The universe will take these powerful subconscious imprints, these vivid emotional blueprints, and immediately begin the invisible, microscopic work of manifesting them into your physical reality. Protect what you already have by double-checking every single detail of your bank statements, reading the fine print twice, and firmly, politely delaying any major, life-altering financial choices until the cosmic fog fully lifts and the sharp, analytical mind returns to power. Wealth tomorrow is secured through hypervigilance, absolute patience, and manifested through deep, internal, and unshakable visualization. Your physical health, your daily vitality, and your cellular integrity on March 12 require your immediate, uncompromising, and incredibly gentle attention. In the ancient, highly specific practice of medical astrology, the vast watery planet Neptune heavily and directly influences the lymphatic system, the mysterious and powerful pineal gland, and, most importantly, our delicate sleep cycles, our circadian rhythms, and our body's natural ability to detoxify. Because the fiery, aggressive, and vital sun is burning directly through Neptune's watery, highly sensitive domain tomorrow, you will more than likely feel a profound, inexplicable, and bone-deep physical exhaustion that sleep alone cannot seem to cure. You may experience a heavy, pulling sensation in your limbs, a persistent, hovering brain fog, and a deep, undeniable primal desire to simply close your eyes, pull the covers over your head, and retreat entirely from the loud, demanding expectations of the external world. You must honor this physical mandate without a single ounce of guilt. To attract radiant, glowing, and untouchable health tomorrow, you must prioritize radical, unapologetic rest above all other worldly obligations and social pressures. This is absolutely not the day for a punishing, high-intensity workout, a grueling physical marathon, or a hypercritical, exhausting fitness routine that breaks your body down. It is a day for slow, deliberate, gentle stretching, highly restorative yoga practices, deep, meditative breathing exercises that reach the very bottom of your lungs, and massive, comprehensive cellular hydration. Your physical body is currently processing immense, invisible, energetic upgrades from the cosmos, and it desperately requires pure, clean water to flush out the heavy physical toxins and the ancient emotional debris that are being aggressively released from your deep tissues and muscle fibers. You must drink significantly more water than you usually do, treating each glass as a literal, physical elixir of purification and renewal. Furthermore, if you feel the sudden, heavy, and undeniable urge to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon, you must do it. You must lay down and let the world spin without you for a while. Your dreams tomorrow will be incredibly vivid, highly cinematic, emotionally charged, and deeply prophetic. The universe, your spiritual guides, your ancestors, and your own highest self are actively, desperately trying to communicate vital, life-saving information to you through the vast, unfiltered landscape of your sleep. By stubbornly forcing yourself to stay awake, by consuming heavy amounts of caffeine simply to grind through the divine fatigue, you are actively, physically blocking the profound emotional healing and the massive spiritual downloads that are trying to reach you. To navigate the treacherous, confusing, yet profoundly beautiful waters of tomorrow successfully, you must implement and rigidly follow a strict set of actionable, non-negotiable, and highly protective guidelines. First and foremost, you must verify, double-check, and rigorously interrogate every single piece of information you receive, no matter how reliable the source usually is. Miscommunications, lost emails, vanishing digital data, completely misunderstood text messages, and wildly inaccurate rumors are virtually guaranteed to happen under this specific astrological weather. If someone tells you something important, especially regarding your career or your finances, you must look them directly in the eye and repeat it back to them word for word to ensure you both share the exact same understanding of reality. Second, you must get absolutely everything in writing. Verbal agreements, casual promises, passing comments, and gentlemen's handshakes made on March 12 will simply evaporate into thin, cosmic air by next week, leaving you incredibly frustrated, financially vulnerable, and completely empty-handed. Protect your precious energy, your valuable time, and your psychological sanity by meticulously documenting your professional interactions, sending immediate follow-up emails, and creating a solid, undeniable paper trail for every decision made. Third, you must actively and consciously activate an uncompromising, ironclad boundary around your personal energy field by turning on your Do Not Disturb mode, both digitally on your devices and emotionally within your heart. The savior complex, the desperate, codependent need to rescue others from their own bad decisions, is highly activated and deeply triggered during a Neptune combustion. You will feel a deep, intoxicating, magnetic pull to rescue other people from the natural consequences of their own actions, to absorb their heavy, toxic emotional pain directly into your own physical body, and to sacrifice your hard-earned peace in a futile attempt to fix their chaotic, unmanageable lives. You must fiercely, ruthlessly resist this urge. If you try to play the martyr, the healer, or the savior tomorrow, you will inevitably end up drowning in their turbulent, chaotic waters right alongside them. And worse, you may even be unfairly blamed and heavily criticized for the very situation you bravely tried to solve. Take a massive, unapologetic, and permanent step back. Let people fight their own battles. Let them feel the weight of their choices. Let them learn their own karmic lessons. Your only true, divine, and absolute responsibility tomorrow is protecting your own peace, preserving your own vital energy, and strictly maintaining your own sovereign, unshakable sanctuary. While this massive, global wave of extreme sensitivity, intellectual confusion, and deep spiritual awakening washes over the entire human collective, pulling every single soul on Earth into a much deeper, highly uncomfortable state of emotional vulnerability, there are 3 specific, highly activated and destined zodiac signs that are standing directly at the roaring, magnificent epicenter of this cosmic storm. The water signs of the zodiac, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, will physically, mentally, and spiritually feel the energetic vibrations of March 12 magnified to an intense, overwhelming, and almost completely unbearable degree. If you have prominent placements, particularly your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, in any of these 3 intuitive water signs, your entire perception of reality tomorrow is going to feel incredibly heavy, deeply nostalgic, profoundly emotional, and completely unanchored from the physical world. Cancer, you are ruled by the ever-shifting, deeply feeling, and highly magnetic phases of the moon, and your internal emotional waters are already notoriously deep, fiercely intuitive, and highly sensitive to the slightest change in the atmosphere. Tomorrow, the intense, overwhelming energy of the Neptune combustion will ruthlessly strip away your protective outer shell, making you feel as though you possess absolutely no emotional skin or energetic shielding whatsoever. You will instantly become a walking, breathing, psychic sponge. You will instantly, involuntarily, and completely absorb the hidden moods, the unspoken financial anxieties, the suppressed, boiling anger, and the secret, lingering sadness of every single person you interact with. Whether they are a close family member sitting across from you at the dinner table or a complete, anonymous stranger passing you briefly on the street, you will feel things 10 times more intensely, more personally, and more deeply than anyone else in the room, and this level of empathy will be utterly exhausting. Even a slightly off-key comment, a minor, unexplained delay in a text reply, or a subtle, almost imperceptible change in someone's tone of voice might trigger a massive, overwhelming wave of childhood insecurity or bring you instantly, inexplicably to tears. Your ultimate, non-negotiable survival guide for March 12 is absolute, unapologetic isolation and the immediate creation of an impenetrable physical and emotional sanctuary. You must physically retreat to the absolute safety of your home, lock the door, draw the heavy curtains, and create a sacred, quiet, highly protected space where the loud, demanding outside world simply cannot reach you. Do not force yourself to socialize under any circumstances, do not attend large, noisy gatherings, and absolutely do not pretend to be okay, happy, or accommodating if you are internally crumbling. Turn off the chaotic, fear-mongering news cycle, completely silence your phone, ignore the flashing notifications, and allow yourself the profound grace to cry, to weep, or to sleep if you need to release the immense, crushing psychic pressure building inside your chest. Protect your tender, highly psychic heart, fiercely, stubbornly, and without a single apology, because your profound, beautiful, world-changing empathy is your greatest, most dangerous vulnerability tomorrow. The world is simply too loud, too harsh, and too confusing for you right now. You must actively, deliberately choose silence. Scorpio, your ruling energetic dynamic, your fundamental operating system, is entirely centered around absolute control, uncovering the deepest, darkest truths and relentlessly investigating the hidden motives, secrets, and agendas of everyone around you. You are the undisputed detective of the zodiac, the one who sees comfortably in the dark. But tomorrow, under the blinding, distorting, and highly confusing light of the combust Neptune, your famously sharp, laser-focused, and incredibly accurate intuition might suddenly twist, warp, and spiral violently into deep, consuming, and irrational paranoia. You will accurately, deeply sense that something significant, something heavy, is happening right beneath the surface of your reality. You will physically feel the undeniable, electric shift in the atmosphere, but the thick, impenetrable cosmic fog will completely and entirely prevent you from seeing exactly what that shift is. This agonizing lack of visual confirmation, this sudden blindness, will instantly trigger your deepest, most primal, and most aggressive defensive mechanisms. You might start irrationally, unfairly suspecting the absolute loyalty of the people you love most in the world, assuming the absolute, catastrophic worst-case scenario about your current financial security, or obsessively, relentlessly searching for betrayal, lies, and deceit where absolutely none exists. Your monumental, defining challenge tomorrow is learning the vital, crucial, and life-saving difference between your highly tuned, divine psychic intuition and your unhealed, deeply rooted, and wildly triggered trauma responses. You absolutely must not act on your dark, swirling suspicions tomorrow. Do not, under any circumstances, send the long, angry, accusatory text message based on a fleeting assumption. Do not aggressively confront a business partner or a romantic lover over a perceived slight. Do not burn a massive, important, and lucrative bridge in your life just because you feel a sudden, overwhelming wave of anxiety and a desperate, clawing need to regain a false sense of control over your environment. You must actively force yourself to sit completely still in the extremely uncomfortable, agonizing void of not knowing. Let the heavy smoke clear. Breathe deeply and methodically through the rising panic. Trust with absolute, unshakable, and profound certainty that the definitive, undeniable truth will naturally, organically, and peacefully reveal itself in the coming days without you having to violently force it out of the shadows. Tomorrow is a massive, highly specific cosmic test of your emotional endurance and your spiritual maturity. Do not sabotage your own beautiful life, your own relationships, and your own hard-earned stability simply out of a temporary fog-induced fear. Pisces. Neptune is your modern planetary ruler, your cosmic sovereign, your home frequency, meaning this magnificent, sweeping, and highly disorienting astrological event is happening directly to your very soul, your core identity, and your unique cosmic signature. For you, March 12 is not just a passing transit, it is the ultimate, profound, and absolute dissolution of the human ego. You may wake up tomorrow feeling completely lost, entirely ungrounded, wildly out of body, and entirely disconnected from the heavy, demanding, and physical reality of the material world. Your brilliant, boundless, and terrifyingly vast imagination will run wildly, spectacularly out of control, and the fragile, necessary boundary line between your mundane waking life and your rich, complex, multi-dimensional dreamscape will completely, entirely, and seamlessly vanish. You are literally existing in two worlds at once tomorrow. Because of this extreme, unprecedented spiritual openness, you are highly susceptible to being energetically drained, manipulated, or physically taken advantage of, simply because your energetic boundary lines are practically non-existent right now. You have a deep, beautiful, spiritual desire to merge entirely with the universe, to heal everyone you meet, and to dissolve into the collective consciousness of humanity, but you must aggressively remember that you still live in a physical, mortal body with very real, highly demanding physical and financial needs. Your actionable, absolutely critical, and life-saving advice for tomorrow is to heavily, deliberately, and continuously anchor your soaring spirit in the most mundane, boring, repetitive, and physical reality possible. Wash the dishes by hand, fold your laundry piece by piece, paying attention to the seams. Cook a hot, nourishing meal from scratch. Focus entirely, with laser-like precision, on the physical, tangible sensation of the cotton fabric in your hands, the warmth of the running water on your skin, the smell of the food, and the solid, undeniable ground beneath your feet. These simple, repetitive, highly grounding tasks will act as a crucial, heavy, ironclad anchor, keeping your physical body safely tethered to the earth, protecting your physical assets, and maintaining your sanity. While your vast, beautiful spirit inevitably travels through the vast, revealing, and deeply mystical cosmic fog, embrace the profound mystery of March 12. Do not fear the deep confusion, do not run from the heavy exhaustion, and absolutely do not fight the dissolving of your rigid plans. Allow the thick, ethereal, and beautifully purifying fog to wash entirely over your mind, your body, and your soul, trusting the ancient, mathematical wisdom of the stars. Know with absolute, unshakable, and fiercely optimistic certainty that when the blinding light finally returns, when the sun moves forward and the fog ultimately lifts, your intuition, your energetic boundaries, your financial clarity, and your profound spiritual power will be sharper, stronger, more resilient, and more magnificently potent than ever before in your life. You are not losing your way tomorrow, you are simply learning how to see in the dark.